Hello viewers, how are you? And welcome to the Script story with Queen Viola. Well, even in the case you've not watched any, or even you've not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And hey, I come bearing good news because right now you get to watch these episodes of the Scripts right on Kiss TV, yes, or have it on Thursdays 6:30 and then a repeat on Fridays from 12:30 to of course 1. So make sure you as well follow us on Kiss TV. And today on the Script I am hosting the legendary, I can say I am hosting Sliver X, and today we'll be having a jazz and you get to know about Sliver X a little bit. So yeah, you're welcome, legendary. It's been a long time. I think I've been hunting you since last year, and I'm very happy that today at least I have you on the Script story with Queen Viola. So how are you?
I'm good. Pretty good, yeah.
First of all, I should say congratulations on your marriage. I think I didn't come on that.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think the Script is more about knowing you. So let's know, who is Sliver X?
That is a huge package when you say Sliver X, but then I'm just going to make it very brief. Sliver X is an artist, a Sudanese by both birth and nationality, born from Eastern Equatorial State of Reed. Started music in 2007 after my O-level. Make breakthrough in 2010 nationwide. That was the song of Photoshop. And from there, yeah, I have about 13 albums in my brand name.
13 albums?
Yeah.
What?
I've never dropped singles all my entire time, so I started dropping albums. My first was actually an album, like a tape. You know, that time you were still like, probably, baby. I don't know.
That is an offense. No, I should be some.
I have like about 3 or 4 albums in tapes. Yeah, and then after that the CDs, you know, Genesis came in, and yeah, from there we have a couple of them now to flash and all that. So maybe about 13, the last one, which is Teach the World.
Okay, so Teach the World has been a very massive album, I can say. You were in Uganda, and then surprisingly you came here and you had a crazy media tour. Like, how did you pull that out? I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. You know, it's not easy, but sometimes like you know, I always tell people, music is not about saying, you know, it's not about talent. There is more backup that is needed for, you know, for the talent to be complete. You need to be intelligent, one, like you need to be hardworking. 2, your relationship as an artist with the media is very important. 3, let me say, it's a privilege, you know, to be Sliver X. There are a lot of privileges like I have as a, you know, as an artist, as an icon, as a legend in this country. So when I came, it wasn't hard. I reached on Wednesday, and on Thursday, I spent on Thursday, you know, making those phone calls because I didn't have like a fixed management. The calls they could make, I made those as my management could make them made. And we actually had about 13 interviews set in one day. The whole Thursday I was just like in the hotel meetings and meetings and meetings. On Friday we kickstarted, and today probably we've done, I don't know how many interviews, God knows. And we're still doing more. Right now we're done with the interviews within the city. We're not dripping, you know, interviews from the States. Like we're already done with Jongole, that's Bor. We're done with Mundri, the Amadi FM, we're done with Toriti yesterday, and we still have a couple Yei, we have Meridi and Yambio in the lineup, we have Wow coming up, so it's a national thing altogether.
So what made you to come up with it to be a national stuff? Because you know, like most artists would always want to just do it here in Juba, and they'll be like, of course I'm done with my tour.
Yeah, you know, people dream differently, people focus differently, people see differently. Me, I don't see here, I see the other side. You understand? So majorly, I'm a national artist. I just don't do things for Juba because there's some stations here that I don't even get to go, you know, across beyond Juba town. And the Sliver X fan base is not only based here, so it goes all over. And where I had to pull this out this hard, actually is the first time in my entire career of 10 or 14 years having done this way, you know. One, because the Sliver X presence was somehow, you know, skeptical because I was not home most of the time. You know, people started saying like, where is Sliver X, where is Sliver X, where is Sliver X? You know, people started asking those kind of questions, not because of the absence of music. There was music always, and I kept dropping music, but people needed my presence. You know, they needed to hear my voice, they needed to see me. Am I still alive? Well, I'm dead. Yeah.
Of course you are alive.
So I just like had to come home and tell them like I'm alive, you know. So they could feel okay. I'd be like, yeah, he's alive. I heard his voice on the radio. I saw him passing around town, and you know, I had to put that kind of stand. And because the album most of the songs when they came out, like I never had serious, media tours. So I had to get to the people direct and see, how they struggles.
Okay, so I don't know why it happens so much here in South Sudan. I remember when you were not coming in and out of South Sudan, a little bit your songs were also not being played that much. So like, why do you think that always comes up? Like, if an artist is not within South Sudan, their songs don't get played.
It's a musical logic everywhere. You get one thing for sure is like I have like up to 90% of the media houses are my colleagues, my friends and guys, probably like inspired in one or the other. But then every artist needs to be in the city, just like a president. You cannot be a president of South Sudan and then you're living in Kenya or living in another country. It doesn't happen, you understand? You cannot be Sliver X and you're not in here. You get so that presence, like the physical presence of Sliver X, has a bigger impact than the music you even actually do. You get so doing audios, like sending music to the radio stations, and then other presenters don't get to see you. You can talk to them on phone, be like, hey, the song is doing good, I'm playing the song, but in real sense, they're not maybe even playing the song because nobody gets to follow. But if you're present, a presenter goes to the radio, be like, if I don't play, maybe this guy is listening, maybe these guys are listening and it's my friend, maybe like, and it deserves to be played, so these kind of things. So a little bit, and with the era of the Rockstar management, when they seized all the activities, some had gone quiet, and then there was nobody to do exactly what could be, what could have been done for Sliver X. So the music circulation, a bit was cut up to half. So whatever name you had from Sliver X, whatever win, whatever achievements I made in these few years when I was out of the country, I made bigger achievements, let me say, yes. Won bigger awards and all that, like which I could not have done when I was here. I gave myself bigger tasks, I put myself in a lot of, like in a competition with me, you get. But then that could not have a bigger impact in the country, but only could have if I come. Like when you hear the 10 songs, 10 days challenge, I had to come home and make sure, like, the gospel goes far. The industry was, was onto its peaks and all that stuff, and it shook the industry. And also, like, I had to come back and be like, okay, like, Sam, we need to reset, get the management. Even if I'm on the other side, there has to be somebody here who is particularly focused on Sliver X music. That's now why you had to bring Robert from from financial office of the Rockstar to be exactly managing Sliver X music. Even if I'm not around, he has to be there to check which radio is playing, which radio has it, and this and that. So
literally, what you're saying is you're still being, you're still under Rockstar's promotions.
Yeah. You see, like, sometimes I'm this kind of person, like I've learned life the hardest way, you understand? So me and Sam, when we started working, literally, Sam got me in the game and I showed him the way, and then we started working together, then came in Rockstar. Even if I was the biggest band already, but then, like, you always need that team that helps you guide you around. So when things went wrong with Sam and the Rockstar kind of promotion, me as Sliver X, I already like started doing my own things because everything I did from the other side was not strictly me and my family, you understand? So like me and my wife were just doing things on our own, but Sam had seized everything down, but then he still remained as my manager. Every single thing I did, I always let him know, hey bro, I'm traveling for a show, hey bro, I'm having this and that. So like I kept him on every picture that I did. So I didn't have to go and be like, hey, because they're not doing anything for me, then okay, maybe Sam, you're fired. No, that's just for small kids. I see that a lot when these young boys here, they have a small misunderstanding with the manager today, tomorrow here, so and so fired. Like, seriously, what firing someone for what? You get? So maybe that's what happened. So like we kept, and the relationship actually had gone more beyond just the music management. It became like more of a family. So when Rockstar was having those kind of situations, we have to be there when moments are good and when moments are bad. So you're not going to walk away from your manager because he's in a bad situation. How about the days when it was good? So you always have to remember those two sides.
Okay, so I feel like this is a very good one. So like they can let you do your stuff, people can book you for shows, but then they don't get a percentage.
No, actually it's just like, we work on a perspective of respect and understanding. So he knows, like, because you're not putting anything on me, then you're not going to have to charge me when I'm traveling to concert somewhere else. You get? So majorly we're just like on mutual understanding. Some things I'll be like, hey Sam, I'm having this song, I need to send this song to Viola on the other side, if I don't have your contact. Or sometimes, those kind of relationship, the family kind of relationship, like we still have it. He's still my friend, he's my best friend, he's my brother, so we just worked on those situations. But logically it still remained my manager. So until we have to come back and then reinstate everything back now to form, the Sliver X Executive Board of Management, then there comes Sam, then there comes Robert, and then We also have the head talent management, where Chris is the general manager. So a Sliver X package is a huge package.
Yeah, it has to be. So I'd also wanted to check check with you on this. Do they get to pay your audios? I know you have a studio, right?
Yeah.
So is it like also connected to Rockstars, or that is yours? And do you have videos or audios that are being paid by Rockstars?
Literally, I have paid for every song of Sliver X you've seen on screen today. Videos, yes, some paid. A couple of my videos, like Quin was still doing very well. He's a very nice person, very kind and supportive. Not only me, but almost all the artists in the Rockstar, you know. But after the 216, when I went on the other side, I literally paid almost. The last video some paid for me was a video for me and I think Good Life. 1 in a Million.
Yeah,
somehow,
1 in a Million was also some nice song there.
Yeah. So we always work like, but then it's not because he did not want to pay, but you know, he was also like going through some family situations, difficulties, understand, like here and there, which are a bit confidential, which I had to understand. But literally, I did everything by myself, like especially on the other side, you understand? So I had to open the studio. I actually did the studio opening in 2017, because now I tried working with these foreign studios, and I know these guys out there, they work with you if they know you, they'll give you something good, but they'll never give you something good if they know you're from the other side. Okay, I have the respect. I can walk in the studio, they'll treat me like a star.
Yeah, of course.
But when it comes to other artists, like, you know, my brothers or sisters from this other end, you go, all they do is like they charge you so highly, and they don't get to give you quality. Believe me, there are a couple of artists that have gone to work with Andre, and they are paying about 800 per audio. But when the audios were brought home, they were just like nothing. They didn't even have any impact on the guy. And I told the guy, you know what? Bro, sometimes these people just like, you need to be careful. Work with who you know. Whether even video directors or audio, so I was like, I think it's high time I get my own studio instead of going to other studios and booking. So anytime I want to record, I record. That's why it was more easier for me to do the 10 songs in 10 days.
I'm still surprised though, like, why are you not having a recording studio here that is decided to go and make a recording studio?
You know, like, it's more easy to work in a studio on here, you understand? But on the other side, it's not as easy as it can be. You know, it will be here. So maybe if I opened the studio in Uganda, it's because I wanted to avoid going to disturb people's studios. You know, like when you go to work in another studio, they give you time. Or you have 3 hours, or you have 4 hours. And then when you're recording, there are people around the studio. And me, I love to work where I'm very comfortable, where I'm relaxed. I don't like to work under pressure completely. Understand? And you cannot say you don't want to work under pressure in someone's studio. Maybe they have a lot of bookings. So I want to be in my own studio so that I can. I knew I went to Kampala for work, strictly work on music, because that's all my focus. So I needed to have a studio so it can make my work easy. You know, anytime I want to come to the studio, anytime an idea comes in, it doesn't matter. Phone call, I have a producer comes in, I come in, you know, finish stuff and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean like I'm not going to have it here. Actually, one of the reasons I'm here is to figure out a place and bring a branch of international records here. That's going to help the Korean music empire artists, you know. So majorly that, and probably some other artists like who also, you know, were inspired by me and want to work with international records because they will give perfect sound. And so majorly, hopefully this year we should have a branch of international records here. But I needed the studio more for myself because I was for land and I didn't want to disturb myself going to studios rather than down there. So from my home to the studio is not far, but it means drive sometimes.
That was a big one though. So now that you've been in the music for a couple of years, I could start saying, hey, in the bank account you don't get because there was also planning over here. So really, music is really paying that good, huh?
Let me say, okay, go ahead those days like when music used to pay that really good. Like, yeah, we made money from the start, like we really made money when everything was still okay, when the country was one, you know, when there was no this cut kind of life, you know, this one cut this side, this one cut this side. But then after 2013, the war happened. The music slowed down. The speed at which the music was rising up was amazing, you know. It was really going on well until the war came in, everything came down to, you know, standstill. You understand? Music and war, they don't go together. You know, music and instability, they don't go together. So it first had to go down for some time, and again, we started again coming back in 2014. Again, like struggling to pull it off with the broken bones, and then somehow again started rising up on a good speed. Again, 2016, another bad vibe. That not getting now, you know, the bisexual not happen too much that even today the artists of nowadays, I don't think they've made any money, like let me say that, to be honest. But I love the fact that they, you know, they keep the energy, they keep working. the small they hustle from here and there, they still put, put the energy there and put the music out to the people. Much they don't get anything in return. You get, but if they're those ones, maybe those days when the corona was not there, they can go for shows. Wherever the shows, when you get paid $100, maybe £10,000, £20,000, you have ready to pay, you have food to put in the car, you have only to go and record, you get. So it's just too small that you cannot even save anything out of it. It's just like working from hand to mouth. So, but mentally, all in all, maybe like how some of us made money is like, okay, because I do a lot of international shows. You get travel India, travel Egypt, travel where travel other sides, like those that you get paid, where sometimes you can go for a gig of $7,000, $5,000.
Wow.
And then you plan on how to do this. Okay, this goes, because I'm a family person, this goes, for my family, this goes for this and that. Like that money again becomes small because you have to tap into so many things. School fees, like in a foreign land, you literally pay for everything. You pay for the car to use the roads, you pay for the house, like everything is there. So what you earn, they say God gives you problems according to your earning. You get?
Which is weird.
I don't know, but that's how it is. Like no one is still like small, even if problems are small. The more bigger you grow, the bigger problems, That's exactly how life is. That's why you say like, this guy is rich, but you don't know what happens inside there. You earn money, and that money goes for all those things because your life is different from the other life. So that's what it is. That's life. So the more money you get, the more problems you get. So, but yeah, we're not complaining. Say thank God, there has to keep going on. It doesn't have to be like I'm having too much money in the account or anything. You might not have anything, but if you still have the brain, I believe money is in the brain. Money is an idea. If you're still able to think and keep your dreams alive, money is always there. But if your brain is blocked, you cannot think, that means you cannot raise any positive ideas, then you're broke.
I think also sometimes it comes along with who you surround yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So talking about surrounding yourself with people, I've seen that you really have a very good connection with media personalities, or you have like a couple of them in your list. Like, how do you maintain them all there? I remember even this of Sid Williams from back in the day to the new presenters right now in town. Like, how do you always maintain that energy? Because with people sometimes it becomes so hard.
Okay, one thing for sure is like maybe God might not have blessed me with a good family, family background, but God blessed me with friends. If you check up to 90% of my life, I've grown up with friends. You get the time I spent with my real family. I think that was just from the age of 0 to 8. Then from there, life was different and everything. So I grew learning to live with other people more than I could, even with my family. And I think I always believed I cannot make it alone. Because even if I have the energy to go, I need someone to push me when I'm worn out. Everybody gets tired. You can get tired mentally, you can get tired even physically. You can get broken down with the world criticisms and all this stuff, but you need someone to say, man, you can make it. Keep going. And I kept almost everybody. You check even my director, John Carter. I started working with him from 2008. From Gulu, Masindi, like as in those years. So until today, we're still too close than even ever before. If you find guys like DJ Richie, from the start of my music, he's been there until today. When I'm working on some bigger projects, he finds way to travel up to Kampala. Like when I was doing the 10 songs, he was there with me throughout until all the 10 songs were finished. 17 of them traveled all the way from here to Kampala. So these two giants were there with me. So their presence alone gives me the energy to keep working. So, and just like we keep the friends, the good ones, the bad ones, we'll get ourselves out back. Like you say, the kind of people you have around you determine who you are and who you're going to be tomorrow. If you have bad friends who want to come and buy you alcohol and bad vibes, and and then they keep telling you, oh, you're the best, you feel like now you're the king in the under, like, but the people around me, they tell me this is not right. You have to get off from this. This is not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be there. So, to keep my dreams alive, and my wife, I'm also blessed with having, she's one person who does I'm using my biggest fan, and she keeps pushing me. Whenever I'm tired, I'm always with her, like, when I'm broken down and all this kind of stuff. So majorly, it's important to keep this relationship. Like promoters, some people don't like maybe like already who are off. Yeah. No, not off. So this guy, when you're okay, I'm with you, and also in your bad moments, I'm not going to leave you. We're going to go together because I believe that's how life is. Life is full of good and bad. So if you have friends who are going to be with you in your good moments, then they go away from you in your bad moments. Those are not great friends. Great friends stick with you in the good and the bad.
Now, talking about friends, is MC Lorex your friend? Or like, I've seen you guys having grudges on Facebook, and I've also seen him, I think, among your best men on your wedding day.
You see, you see like, MC Lorex, I must say, like, you know, respecting, like, first of all, he's my very close friend, and secondly, he understands the game. Me, I choose who to shine light on. You get who to shine light on, and there's one guy who understands. When this wrangle of 10 songs, 10 days happened, when I posted, and then he came like trying to challenge me, and it was only going to be like 10 songs in 2 days. Then I retouched came in, and then, you know, me, I just picked those two because of the first two jumps in the challenge. I was like, okay, let's get how to 10, and only came in stuff, and then it happened, it went. Other people try to dip their nose into the thing, but you know, if I don't reply to your, you know, to your whatever style, it doesn't get attention. So I only kept on those two until, you know, go to the competition. So we had to make it look good, because as no people are going to support this, they know like it's fair. So we have to make it real, and then people actually believed I had a real role with London, especially on the day of the competition.
Yeah.
You get like, it was like kind of getting visible. That's what it is. That's music. So when everything got finished, the next project now on my mind. Already I was working on my wedding actually, but I wanted like it to be like, you know, exclusively like confidential and private. Like even my wife didn't know. She did not know it until she landed. That was not the day, you know. I proposed to her and I told her like this is going to happen. Like what? Even her mom didn't know, my mom didn't know, nobody actually knew. Even Lomax, I called him, it was about 2 days. First was supposed to be Linus, but Linus was a bit hesitant and had work to do. Because I was looking at having the people who've been there for me. So I called Linus, he was at the place things to do. I called Sabitulia, his number was not going through. And then Sam, I think was Sam came. But then Sam was even doubting to come. So I had to call Lomax. It was like anything for my brother. You know, flew in and then did the whole thing when it's finished. Him and the entire family after this. His wife, Doreen, everybody came. And they were like, the next thing was not the pictures on social media. They were like, how come, how in heaven, as long as you get the best man to silver. So that's how the game is like. You know, it's about understanding the game and, you know, finding the right players to play the game with it. You get.
Well, it looks like we are getting out of time or running out of time, and I should be saying thank you so much for honoring our invitation. I think I still have a lot of questions to ask you. Like, I still want my viewers as well to get to know you, but next time is always there. And thank you so much for honoring the invitation. And hey, make sure you subscribe, and thanks to Tizikam Music as well, one of the best level right here in South Sudan. You can check them out on Facebook, on Twitter as well on Facebook. Meanwhile, there is as well Holy Land Music that you can check out as well, because yeah, today I posted the boss himself. And thanks so much to the Firehead now. Yeah, such a nice place to always hang out in. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.